What's good, Joe? A brand new comic guy. This time, we got the last issue of Powers of X. We have arrived at the end game, ladies and gentlemen. Feels weird that we're finally here. But yeah, finally we've seen pretty decent week. Only got about 4 this time. We got this, Spidey, and then we got Miles for Absolute Carnage as well as his main series. So yeah, let's see let's see. This one's marked in red, so all the crazy is gonna get announced here. Let's see what gets revealed, what happens, and just go from there, man. It's gonna be a pretty interesting issue. Gotta say I like this cover, and I'm curious what happened. We see Mora standing up with everybody else. I'm assuming dead. Interesting. Next page. All right, and now we build Professor X. Next page. Trying to make sure the TV isn't in this very good frame. Oh man, I'm really wondering what we're gonna have, what's in store for this game. We got so much crazy stuff, but now we're at the end. Like, I would think maybe we'll see the 6th timeline in this one, since that's like probably the biggest mystery that we still see it, because we still have no idea what went down there. So that could very well be the top. That could be what this issue mainly focuses on. I don't know, maybe they'll focus more on the phalanx and that stuff, and we'll get some answers, and it actually kind of starts to make sense. I don't know. Let's just jump right in, man. Just it's so weird because I'm just like, what the hell is in store for us? Like, as I'm sitting here just waiting for these pages to load up. X-Zero, the X-Men Year 1. Alright, I got Charles walking through a field. Next page. Okay, it's just what we saw in the first issue again. Carnival and everything. Mora comes out, you know, good afternoon. Literally the exact same pages. Okay, so let's see what's different here. Alright, there we go. Alright. And the same to you. Are you enjoying the fair? Seems like it seems like the kind of thing I should enjoy, and yet I look around at all these people and know it's just a show for those who need one. A distraction for what really is going on, if you will. Mind if I sit? Please. So, are you enjoying the fair? I am. It seems like the kind of thing I should not enjoy, and yet a little partying of the clouds, a little shining of the sun, and suddenly everything seems right in the world. Having a good day, are we? Is it that obvious? You have to be blind not to notice. Next page. In that case, I was just walking through the fair, past the caged beasts and the games of chance, past the fortune-telling, selling his wares. Ah, it's the mutants we saw from the X-Wolves, like X-100 was that stuff. See the magician, the metal metaphor, the great sword and the girl with the foot in 2 worlds, the magician. See the tower, the axe, the pillar of collapse and rebirth, the monolith of ascension, the tower. See the devil, the red god and the lost cardinal of the last religion, the devil. Then at the far end of the fair I saw you sitting there. And I thought to myself, there he is, what I've been looking for. Okay. Okay, so far we just got repeats from, I believe this is all from the first issue of Powers of X, if I remember correctly. Load. The strong man. I'm not really that strong. And I wondered why, sitting there under the parted skies and brilliant sun, was the strong man smiling so. I was, wasn't I? Yes. Do you want to know why? I do, very much so. I'm smiling because I have recently had the most wonderful dream of a better world and my place in it. Well, here's the thing, Charles. It's not a dream if it's real. Next page. Okay, let's see what we got. So far, we've just literally had recap. When are we gonna get to the new stuff? There we go. I'm sorry. Do we know one another? Oh yes, we go back quite a way. Who are you? Why don't you read my mind, Charles? Read my mind and see. Ah. Next page. Alright. X-Men Year 1000. The preserve. Okay. Alright, so Charles got like his own little mini zoo, I guess, going on right now. Looks pretty cool. Alright. This aggression is pointless. Come on. There we go. My augmented brain is far more advanced than yours. By the time your brain finishes telling your muscles to move, I had already prepared countermeasures to ensure your failure. Do you have any idea how much faster you would have to be to actually touch me? Please go eat your food. I mean you no harm. Next page. There we go. You understand it though, right? They just wanted to be free, not locked up here in this zoo. How could anyone want something that they don't know exists? Wanting to be free would mean they are capable of accurately observing this manufactured environment, this system. We have to keep them enslaved. They don't want to be free. They don't know what free is. I think this is simply in their nature. Hey, it's good, Logan. Now, why is everyone talking like? It seems like from the fact the touch bubbles all have like these little I don't know, parentheses or whatever, these like curved parentheses or whatever around it. It makes me think like they're all speaking like telepathically, which is weird since Logan is not a telepath. So, what's going on here? Nah, they want to be free. They know what it is. I make sure to fill their heads each day with stories of revolution, of enslaved rising up, throwing down their masters. You'll see. Give it time. But you have no more time, Logan. Logan Howlett James. Next page. That's a neat treat. Strix speaking English. Okay, now they're actually talking. I'm the librarian. Dead languages fascinate me, especially ones that haven't been spoken in centuries. I downloaded it some time ago in the hope that one day we might actually have an honest conversation. Not a nuanced one, for I would not want to be mistaken. Well, what are you wanting? What are you waiting for? Get on with it. I was waiting for her. Next page. English. Yes. Oh, that's a problem. It means you've likely been listening to us for quite a while, haven't you? eavesdropping. Observation is one of the primary reasons for controlled habitats such as these. Preservation is, of course, the excuse we hide behind. After all, we wouldn't want to see the last group of mutants on this planet go extinct, would we? But if I'm being truthful, the real get for someone in my position is watching how the two of you have responded to various stimuli I've introduced over time. What's the ancient phrase? I wanted to see what makes you tick. And how's that working out for you? Next page. Okay. Conclusions have yet to be drawn, but we're nearing them, one way or the other. You've done well surviving. Fortunately, you two have the same blood type, but still, the idea of it. A millennium depending on each other to survive. It's impressive. Unfortunately, it's likely all that surviving is about to come to an end, for tomorrow is ascension. The phalanx will descend and absorb the entirety of our post-human society. All that we are, all that we have done, all that we have known, will become one with the collective. Our lives as separate sentient beings will be over, and we will exist as nothing more than a self-aware intelligence in the great hive of the phalanx. Then we phalanx will begin our journey to the nearest black hole, where our collective intelligence will emerge within a god intelligence, a dominion. One that lives outside of space and time. And what was once our post-human society will exist forever as part of that godhead. Next page. Okay. All right. Okay. The world is ending tomorrow? It is. And we're all going to die. Almost everyone will die. The possible exception is you. You, I have arranged to set off planet. Why? Oh, I think you know why. From what I have gathered observing you, if you die before our phalanx makes it to the nearest black hole, then all that I know will not become part of the Dominion. And when you annihilate this timeline or reality, then you will be right back where you started, knowing what you know without us knowing anything. But if you live past my becoming a god, becoming God. I really dig these shots right here, these battles where I'm assuming this guy's Charles. Where you see Charles with this alien dude in the shadows, I just love the overall look here. He legit looks like a phalanx here, and I think that was the point. It looks really cool. Then, existing beyond space and time, we will know you forever, and I think it's very likely we would not tolerate something like you having any power over something like us. Next page. Okay. Alright. What kind of game are you running, pal? It doesn't make any sense telling us this. Why would you? Let him finish. It is a fair question, no? Why would I tell you? Why would I be conflicted? My problem is this. I have questioned the wisdom of it, becoming something that really just an idea of existing something immaterially. Never touching someone again, never walking through the woods, never seeing the wonders I see with my post-human eyes. So, I'm faced with a question. Do I let you die and perhaps in your next life you can prevent our becoming part of the universal machine state. What I suspect might be a fake existence. Or do I send you away and find out for myself? You want me to convince you? Yes. Oh. I think this is the sixth timeline. Because remember, the first like 3 issues of Powers of X was all on the Apocalypse timeline, so this whole failing stuff could end up being the sixth timeline. Maybe not, but it's a possibility. Let's keep going. Yes. How would you prevent it with all that you've learned in your many lives? This could still be the sixth timeline. In your many lives, how would you stop us from losing our post-humanity and surrendering to the machines? Next page. Oh, I can answer this one. Maybe we go back and start that revolution I promised a little sooner. Put a stop to post-humanity and at the humanity part. I believe the scientific term is Homo Novissima. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. The end of the evolutionary line. The last man there will ever be. Your personal memories may differ, but historical records imply you mutants never really saw what was coming. It's sad, really. The idea that you were what was next, evolutionary inevitability. We are. Look around you, Mora Kinrose. See the cage. That's inevitable. Not you being outside it. Next page. Okay. Where is this going? Mutants are an evolutionary response to an environment. You are naturally occurring. The next step in human evolution. But what happens when humanity stops being beholden to its environment? When a man controls the building blocks of biology and technology, evolution is not matched for genetic engineering. What good was one mutant adapting to its environment when we could make 10 supermen? You thought it was the machines that would defeat you, but we were just using them to buy time. Next page. Come on. There we go. Alright. Sentinels bought us years. Nimrod bought us decades. I never saw it. And I guess you never will. After all, if you aren't capable of recognizing the real enemy you face, how could you ever defeat them? Maybe this is just not how it ends for you. And if you have no real alternatives to offer, maybe this is my fate as well. Immortality, divinity. As I have no choice but to become a small part of God. Next page. Oh shit! Damn, Logan! Dear Lord up in robot heaven, tell me, was that fast enough for you? Damn. All this time we waited to find out why, and now we know. So you're gonna do something about it? Yes. Next page. Come on. There we go. So I guess Wolverine's gonna kill Mora again. Alright, send me on my way. Close your eyes, Mora. No, my eyes are open, and they're going to stay that way. Just make it quick. Don't worry, darling. This is what I do. That odd. Woof. And so ended the 6th life of Mora. Called it! I was right! Hey! So all the failing stuff was all the 6th time. So Nimrod was the 7th, I think? Whichever one was the one that Apocalypse was in. I think that was the 7th. Maybe it was the 8th. Oh, great. Branch of humanity. Alright. Text. Okay. Homo superior. Mutantdom is the natural evolutionary successor to humanity. Homo sapiens. Humanity will reach a natural evolutionary dead end within the 2 of the 4 generations. Though humans will still outnumber mutants for some time, the asymmetrical strength of the latter will result in the shift in dominance. See the 100 sheep, 100 wolves argument. Homo novissima, I swear I said it wrong. Post-humanity is a manufactured branch of humanity not restricted by normal evolutionary constructs. The problem with a technology-based post-evolutionary state is the inevitability but naturally occurring paradigm. I'm saying that wrong. Probably saying that. Loop between organic and technological constructs. A machine leap makes a post-human leap possible. A post-human leap makes a machine leap possible, and on until one of these two eventually reach an end state. Next picture. Alright. So the whole phalanx thing was all the 6th timeline. Oh shit. Damn, look at Charles and he goes, and then he faints, I guess, probably. I mean, like, you've seen all that shit. That'd probably break any man. What was it? How? It's a bit much, I agree. That it cuts at everything you believe, even more so. Still, hard truths are what call for when dealing with radical realignments to old ways of thinking. We lose. Next page. Come on. There we go. No, it's much worse than that. We always lose. Perhaps if I were more selective with my future students, or if I make a broader appeal to our human allies. Surely there is some way to. Why are you smiling at me like that? Amen. Next page. I open my mind to you, so you know that I know you, Charles Xavier. I have loved you, I have hated you, and all the emotional complexities in between. Not once in all my lives have you changed. Thank you. It's not a compliment. You're a good man who believes in the goodness of others, and it breaks my heart that I have to break that part of you. But I will break it because that's what has happened to what has to happen now. Next page. Alright, now it's starting to get interesting. I know you will fight me, just like your shade, Eric, will fight me. But this time, I mean for all of us to be together, all of us. You've been dream, you've been dreaming the wrong dream, Charles, and it's long past time that you wake up. Next page, go. That shot right there. They're walking to the sunset. That's good shit right there. Ah, more reading. Mora's journal. Entry 5. Xavier. It's taken months, but after allowing Charles Xavier to read my mind, I successfully recruited him into my cause. Unlike myself, observation has not granted him perfect recall of my past lives, and as I will not permit him to read me a second time. He is now dependent on my interpretations of past life events. Eventually, this will not be enough. I will have to open my mind to him again. Perhaps he will even act against type and do so himself. But all he will be looking for is confirmation of suspicions he might actually already harbor. So, regardless of how long our trial alliance lasts, the truth is my best friend. It's shameful how much he wants to love these people. He will love. Entry 12, X Xavier. Redacted. Yeah. Well, there's a little bit kind of showing up right here, but it just says my. Don't know what the hell that means. Entry 14, Xavier. I have a choice to make. Till now, I have been lying to myself about what I am and what I am not capable of. I believe that I could manipulate these men into doing what I needed them to do without any repercussions to myself. I know now just how wrong I was. While we have becoming romantic, it is becoming clear to me that I am breaking Charles Xavier, and if I do break him, he will become the man I need him to be in the coming days. My paramount fear is that I fracture his psyche and eventually unleash something unexpected on the world. Next page. Mora's journal. Entry 17. Xavier. I had a breakthrough with Charles today. For the first time, he had stopped trying to fight me on what humanity is and tapped into the potential windfall of knowledge I represent regarding mutantdom. He had the most marvelous idea regarding the potential tandem of several mutants and what they could accomplish if they worked in harmony. The only thing we lacked is a mutant with the ability to tweak primal matters or get reality as we know it in a push. I have used my expertise in genetic modification to find potential matches for both Charles to produce and me to produce such a mutant. There are several possibilities. Entry 22, Magneto. Charles and I have successfully recruited Magneto, as it was with every meeting of ours. I am stunned at the casual arrogance of this man. If Charles is a rock that I have to wear down over decades, then Eric is something harder and less premeditable. With him, loyalty is something that is a must. That must be constantly earned. He allows for no deviations of intent, not wavering of belief. The idea that there will not be setbacks and that his constant anger will remain tapped down is a fool's dream. I only hope that our consistency of vision and commitment to mutantdom will outlast his rage. One positive thing of note: I have successfully imprinted the idea of a stronghold in his mind. Of course, he has always been there, but seeing so many lives where an island, a world, or some other sentinel body functions as a safe haven for mutants has left an indelible mark. Entry 29, Apocalypse. Apocalypse has made himself known to the world. Knowing him the way I do, and having aligned myself already with Xavier and Magneto, recruitment will not be an option till a much later date. He is in his raw primal state and sees the whole world as unfit, so much so that he will test everything to find something to build on. What must be done now is the avoidance of an apocalypse event, and the prevention of certain Omega level mutants falling under his sway. Next page. All right. There we go. Okay, Mora's journal. Mora. Entry 35, Char. Hold up. Hold up. Alright, come on. There we go. Alright, entry 25, Xavier. Redacted. It's a little bit. Am just as bad as the... Wait. I am just as bad as them. I don't know. Entry 48, Xavier. I have underestimated Xavier's infatuation with the possibilities of what can be accomplished with human genetic material. Without my knowledge and against my advice, both Charles and Magneto has traveled to bar Sinister and recruit Sinister to our cause. What is this thing that men do where they think they can shape the world to their liking and bend over to whatever they will? This is folly. And if what they told me is true regarding their meeting with him, he has produced his first Chimera decades early, and it is Sinister himself. Entry 25, Magneto. We have lost Magneto. The help? I had hoped, given the opportunity to help him make a better man. Instead, all have made is an enemy. I am just as bad as they are, if not worse. Interesting, because we got this one with Xavier that says I am just as bad as TH. So Entry 57, Xavier. I have decided to remove myself from the world. I have become too active a force in this, and have put both myself and our great plan at risk. Charles and I will use a Shihar Golem, a living husk, to test our early theories on what can be accomplished with adequate and properly prepared genetic material and a backup copy from Cerebro. We will fake my death using a replica, and I will return to the shadows where I belong. Okay, so what is it? What timeline is this one? Which one was it that Mora faked her death? 8? I think that was 8. It was either 8, maybe it was 3. It was one of those timelines. I forget which one. And I know that was one that actually happened in the comics where Mora actually died. Alright, yesterday, Krakoa, Mora, no space. What's that? We brought you tea, Mora. These two ways in and out of my home, Eric. The door you came through, which leads to a secret chamber in the House of X, and the other, which leads to one of mankind's greatest similarity cities. I probably. So I really don't need you to bring me tea. I have other means, and we have greater concerns. Only Sinus, only Sinus. Sinus? Nah. Refuse the common kindness of others. They say it comes from assuming there's always another shoe to drop. Next page. Wait, hold up. Forgot about this stuff. Ah, so it's tea and the other things. Can I assume we have a government? Yes, the first meeting. Oh. Hold up. Gotta back up. Missed that last part of the page. Hold up. Okay. Yes, the first meeting of the quiet council is tomorrow. We have 11 of the 12 seats filled. Next page. All right. All right, come on. Why not all of them? Why not all of them? Emma Frost has yet to name a Red King. She's up to something, that one. We're all up to something, Mora. But she understands the scale of all this, her as much as any of the others. So she won't be deterred to our border. So she won't be a deterrent to our border plans. Who else was named? Most of it went as we assumed. Apocalypse sits at the autumn table. Charles and me, Jean Grey, Storm, and Nightcrawler sit at the summer. They are my children, and will do well. Spring is entirely composed of hellfire, but as we said, the White Queen loves a tight leash. She can't be trusted. Winter is complicated. It's where we parked all of our problem mutants, besides myself, of course. We sat Sinister there because we cannot do this without him, so having him close is better than not. Exodus it has an unyielding code, and we three know all too well the complications of unflinching ideology brings. Next page. There we go. Okay. And Mystique would not agree to join without certain guarantees. What did you do? We promised to bring Destiny back. You cannot do that. We know. There can be no precogs on Krakoa. We will not tolerate mutants who can see the future. We know. You don't understand. She has ways of seeing me, and I am a weakness because my deaths and all of this. We know. Do you? What happens if we bring her back and she tells everyone what she sees? What if she tells everyone the truth? Next page. I'm sure Charles got some plan in mind. Charles ain't stupid. Mora. We know we'll put her off as long as we can. Tomorrow, not today, all the mutant leaders say. We'll put all of them off, but one day they deserve to know the truth, just like Charles and I did. You really want them to know that we always lose? The truth is that until now we have always lost, but this time is going to be different, for we are different. I love that now right there with Charles and Xavier, with Charles and Magneto, and great stuff there. Alright. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Alright, come on. Ah. God damn it. Come on. There we go. Okay. Next page. Alright, come on. Come on. There we go. Okay. There we go. And that is all because of you. Celebrations from last issue. There's no denying what you have done, Mora. Next page. Okay. You shaped us into this. You made us into this. We are the perfect tools for an imperfect age. You should celebrate what you have done. For you have done it well. Next page. Alright. These are just wait. Are these wait? I think these have been redrawn. But now it is time for you to step aside and let us do the good. And let us do the good work for which we were created. Just look at what we have made. Is this redrawn? I'll have to look at the last issue of House of X to know if this was actually just redrawn. If they actually redrew this, or they literally just reused the same page. I think they redrew it. Or at least the artist that that does, because we have two different artists for House of X Powers, and so I think they might have gotten the Powers of X guy to redo this one. I'll have to look at them just to know if they actually are different or not. Okay. And yet the thought lingers. Is it enough? This is only the start, Eric, but we have to hope so. And if it is not, then we do more. Whatever the cost, whatever it takes. This is all there is, Eric. We live and die with this, you and me, you and I. Then I will die for it. And if I fall, then you will rise me up. And I will show this world what a real mutant is. Mama, keep talking like that, and you're sure to elect a response. I am not ashamed of what I am. Let them try to stop us this time. My man Magneto's like, I don't give a fuck. Alright, we're almost at the end. Let's see, so I feel like we still haven't gotten that huge reveal just yet. Yes, let them try. The art here is fantastic. Yeah, let's see what else we got. I am not ashamed of what I am. Alright, next page. Alright. What the? How the hell? Whatever. Okay, let's try that again. Next page. Okay. Wait, that's it? So I guess the big reveal was that the failing stuff was Universe 6 or Timeline 6. Okay, so you got that. Then we got Dawn of X, X-Men #1, Excalibur, X-Force, New Mutants, Fallen Angels, yada. Okay, so they're not all coming out. So we got Excalibur. Okay, X-Men comes out the first week, Excalibur comes out the third week, X-Force the week after that, and Fallen Angels the week after that. Okay, I thought they were all going to drop it all at once, and I was like, fuck man, I had like 4 copies in addition with us. So thankfully they're split up. Well, Guys X Fallen Angels starts in November. No. That one I'm curious about just because that one has Psylocke in it, I guess the actual Psylocke, or at least the first its body's been part of, before Elizabeth took over and all that other stuff. Okay, so I won't lie, I was expecting something a little bit bigger of a huge reveal since this was the end, like something truly huge was. I mean, I guess technically it did happen when we saw that the failing stuff was indeed issue 6, or it was indeed Universe 6, or Timeline 6. Excuse me, but I don't know. Crazier shit has happened in. We had issue 2, which was revealed that Mora was a mutant. I have to look at the other ones. I forget what the other ones were. Like, what was the other one? I think House of X issue 4 was the next one, where of course, you know, all the X-Men died but then came back. No, I think it was issue 5 was when all that crazy shit happened. We really started to know how. Yeah, but here, we just that this was timeline 6. Like, I don't know. I felt like there was. So is he just gonna show up all the covers for the first issues of all the new X-Men books? But yeah, overall, this was awesome, man. I'm so intrigued, and it doesn't look like the story's ending here, because I'm pretty sure, because you know, Jonathan Hickman is gonna be writing the main X-Men book. So I think anything, all the stuff that's left from here, any other unanswered questions or any of the stuff that wasn't, because this, I wouldn't say this because it's a decent conclusion, but he's definitely left a lot of stuff open, and I feel like we still have a lot of questions, and I think he's going to continue that all in his main X-Men book, since he's writing that one as well. So I think this storyline of the, you know, everything's going on with the mutants, and you know that we'll lose this time and everything else that start here will most likely continue there. That's what I assume anyway. So yeah, this was awesome, man. So let's see what else we got. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else other than just more pictures of, like, you know, the covers. Alright, so yeah, Fallen Angels. Alright, so the Flanax stuff was universe, I don't know what you say, universe. Timeline 6. Yeah. Holy shit, man. That was, yeah, I won't lie, that was definitely a big reveal, and I will say it, but like I mentioned before, I felt like, you know, with this being the last issue, I felt like there would have been something a little bit bigger than, you know, here's Universe 6, or Timeline 6, you know, being the Phalanx stuff. I don't know, it's just me. I mean, I still love this issue, man. It was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic read, man. Yeah, man, this was quite the journey to watch, and I can't wait to see what else we have in store with the main X-Men books, and of course, you know, the other X-Men books I'll be picking up. So yeah, this video has gone on way long enough, so I'm going to hear, guys, overall, I'm going to give this issue a 9.5 out of 10. This was fantastic, man. Love the dialogue here, and man, this is just an enjoyable read. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Tory Flag, links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.